Every single night, the same arrangement. I go out and fight the fight.
How you guys doing? All right, doing something a little different here today. A lot of my loyal twos of three people that usually watch these videos lovingly know to my videos as this week's bullshit, but this is not a this week's bullshit. This is this is spectacular. This is anyway. Let me start off by saying cheers. Hi everybody. What we're talking about here today is Buffy. Yesterday was the 20th anniversary of Buffy's airing, and I was like, it kept on popping up in a news feed here and there, and I kept on, and it just was burrowing in my mind. I was like, I don't think I can actually let this moment, like, just come and go and not say anything about it. And today, I was still like, whatever. I was just thinking about it back and forth in my mind. And somebody put a top 10 list up there. I forget what website it was, but they made me go through like 10 pages to see each episode. And I looked at the list, and I was kind of like, oh man, there are some episodes on here that I just, like I would never have put that on my top 10 list. I don't know why they did. So I'm going to run through my top 10 list real quick. And disclaimer, I'm going to post this in one of the other groups that I'm in. I'm in a couple of Josh Whedon and Buffy groups. I'll throw that in there. And for you new fans, hey, new fans, whatever, new viewers, yet to be seen whether or not they're your fans or not. You might not be fans. In fact, you might look at this video at the very end and be like, wow, that was a waste of my entire existence. Why the fuck do I listen to this guy? I get that. It's okay. But you're going to look at this list that I put up for you, and you're going to be like, well, I don't know if I agree with any of it, and I encourage you to disagree with me, not only disagree with me, but also state why I'm wrong and what episodes you would put in place of episodes that I've put on here. Now, not only am I going to do a top 10 list, I couldn't do a top 10 list and not have a shit ton of honorable mentions, because there was a lot of episodes when I was looking through it, and I was just like, wow, there are so many great episodes of Buffy that it's hard to narrow down to just 10. But it took some thinking, it was a thinker. But I don't know. First off, cheers. I like to drink and make videos. That's what I do. But anyway, what else we got? Let's just run through this list real quick, and then I'll go through some of the honorable mentions right before I reach my number one to keep all of you in seething anticipation of what you think my number one pick is. But anyway, at number 10, I got Dead Man's Party, and I'm going to admit right now that there are it's a dead man's party. There are episodes that I pick solely for the basis of one particular joke sometimes, just because that's how I remember the episode. Whenever I see Dead Man's Party, the first thing that comes to my mind is Xander saying, I kind of think we die. So, it's just something that tickled me. But I like the whole episode. There's a lot of struggling. Buffy's coming back into the fold, and she's, trying to reconcile with her friends after being absent for such a time. And it all comes to a head in this one. At number 9, the alternate universe, The Wish. What would happen to Sunnydale if there was no Buffy. I has to make the list no matter what, just because of the ramifications of it all, and just looking at the world in a different view was incredible. Not to mention the fact that they took almost half of the episode to really start The Wish, and then it just kind of spiraled out of control in a big fat hurry. So the pacing of the episode itself was just absolutely brilliant to me. Number 8, I got Prophecy Girl. You can't have the list, I don't think, a top 10 list without including Prophecy Girls. It's one of the quintessential episodes of Season 1 that actually really makes you want to watch Season 2, So it's just a really good episode, and they did a good job with it. A lot of good lines in that one, a lot of good jokes, a lot of good action. It's good. It's just a good one. Number 7, I got Earshot. Love that episode when, again, that's another one with the jokes with Xander. I don't know, Xander is like sex. Buffy was sex with Buffy. that whole scene there when he's like, I gotta go. And then the even funnier one was like Cordelia. She's trying to read her mind. She's like, whatever. Can I go? And then she just says, whatever. Can I go? Fucking awesome. But number 6, I got Helpless. they take away Buffy's powers, and they get to see how her ingenuity is able to overcome a vampire, even though she doesn't have the Slayer strength anymore for some reason. That one always hit home to me. Not only that, but you got the little emotional part at the end where the Watchers Council says that Giles has developed a father's love for the child, and that thing always kind of, oh no, bam, boom, right in the feels, baby, right in the feels. So yeah, of course I like Helpless. 5, Lies My Parents Told Me. I always liked this one because it was kind of a redeeming episode for Spike. You had no idea where he was going up in season 7 up until then, and he had all this thing about the trigger happening, and he finally was able to overcome that, even though, and just that whole scene with him in the garage with all the crosses and everything was, I just thought that was well done. That was a good Spike episode. A lot of good Spike episodes, but that was a good one. Harsh Light of Day is another one that you could probably consider a pretty decent Spike episode. Lover's Walk. There's some Spike episodes that are definitely really, really good. Number 4, I'm putting Becoming Part 1 and 2. And the other list used 1 and 2s too, so why not, right? Yeah, I mean, up until the very, very end, it was just it was an emotional upheaval. Buffy's life completely changed, and in those 2 episodes, Joyce finds out she's the Slayer. I mean, there's just so much stuff that's packed into those 2 episodes. I could go on and on and on about it, but I'm not going to because I don't want to bore you guys for as long as I need to. Number 3, I put Hush. Hush was a great episode. It was the music was fantastic, and it had to be because there was no talking throughout the whole entire episode. So the music actually had to speak for itself as well. Speak in the music had to speak in the episode. Let me put it that way. Anyway, I don't know. Hush is always going to be there with me. Number 2, I put Conversations with Dead People. I don't know why. I think that I'm in the minority. I'm not minority so much as, but I would say I'm in the minority of putting it as high ranked as number 2. But I just absolutely adored the way they bounced from person to person to person in that episode, and there was comparative sequences going on in each person's life. It was just it was incredibly well done. Even the emotional content with Willow supposedly speaking to Tara. But that was that episode struck me, and it struck me hard. So I definitely I'm firm in my belief that that's my number 2 spot. But I'll take some honorable mentions now. I mean, there were so many. End of Days was great. Same time, same place. That one with Willow coming back, and she was I think she put a little spell on where they couldn't see her, but she was there at the same time. I thought that was brilliant the way that was done. Grave, I like Grave a lot because of the Xander moment at the end. I don't know. Once more with feeling, of course. Tabula Rasa, of course. Who Are You? I liked Who Are You a lot just because I thought that Sarah Michelle Gellar did an excellent job being herself as Faith. That whole mirror scene when she was practicing it just that kind of blew me away a little bit. She did a great job with that. The prom always, man, that chokes me up at the end when they give her the umbrella. Love it. What else? What's My Line? Part 1 and 2. Can't not mention. That's definitely an honorable mention that needs to be mentioned. The Body was absolutely brilliant. The reason The Body doesn't make my top 10 list is because it's not kind of a I don't know. I think that episode was made special to kind of like let for people who have experienced that kind of loss to relate to them, not so much the Buffy verse as we know it. It was so out of place. It was probably the most out of place episode in the entire freaking series, and also the fact that there was absolutely no soundtrack in the whole movie. It was just chilling, a very, very chilling episode, and very well done. But it doesn't make it in the lore just because it's out of place. It's just out of place. By the way, I'm playing the soundtrack for Once More with Feeling in the background. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but whatever. I think that's all I got for honorable mentions. There's so many. Oh, Pangs. Pangs is another one that I like a lot. I don't know why. I just really enjoy that one. But yeah, no, that was a good one. Like that. So many good ones. I can't even tell you. But anyway, 20th anniversary, right? So I had to I had to just say something, express some kind of, I don't know, gratitude, I guess you could say, for this series that I've actually adore over the years. It's been there for me. I usually do a marathon every year. I skipped it this year, but um, I'm long overdue, I think, for another Buffy marathon. In fact, what I think I'll do is I'll go back through this list and just start playing it from season one and play these best of, do a little best of marathon kind of thing. But anyway, number one, I've got it's Passion. I don't know why that wasn't even mentioned on the top 10 list that I read earlier today, but I don't know how you can leave Passion out of a top 10 list, much less not top rank the damn thing. I mean, so much so much emotion in that one. It was just a very well done episode from beginning to end, and you could tell it was going to be a very different episode by the way that Angel's character was narrating, you know, like really poetically, so much to the point where you want to rewind and like really like listen, what's he saying, you know, because it was just like a dark poetry, you know. So that was a very well written episode. It was not so much the funniest of episodes, although there's always humor in these shows, and that's what I love about them. But that scene at the end where she punches Giles and says, you know, I forget what she says, and you could criticize me for not knowing things word for word, but but when she punches him, like it was basically like I don't have anybody else, or you know how much she needed him. It was just kind of like a really it was a cool moment. I love seeing the very very cool moments between you know Giles and Buffy, and the fact that he does have a father's love for the child is a true statement, and you see that it's completely evident in everything that he does. You know, so I don't know what else to say. You know, I know I'm a day late and a dollar short on the actual day of the 20th anniversary, but like I said, I don't think I could have let this anniversary go by without saying something just something about this series that has you know been near and dear to me for a very very long time. I love you all. Do something good for yourself. Do something good for somebody else. And peace.